Back to making another whipped body butter. Today we're actually going to be making a combination body butter of mango butter and shea butter. This combination you can recreate for your business, you can recreate for personal use, but if you've ever thought about a perfect combination, a perfect ratio to mix mango butter and shea butter together to get that perfect nice smooth texture, then this is the video for you. Now let's begin with our formulation. The first thing we're going to add is our mango butter. We are adding our mango butter at 35.4%. This is 90 grams of the formulation. We're going to add our mango butter first, so it could be at the bottom because it is harder than our shea butter. As a result, it will take a little bit more heat to melt compared to the shea butter. Next, we're going to go ahead and add in our shea butter. Our shea butter we are adding in at 21%. This is 54 grams, and I love mixing shea butter with my body butter. Whatever body butter mixture I'm making, I love mixing shea butter to it because of the texture of shea butter and the quality of it. It helps to give that body butter a nice soft texture, not too hard, and it's just like the perfect combination. Now that our combination of butters have melted, we're gonna go ahead and add in our carrier oils. Now the preferred carrier oil for this formulation is hempseed oil, sweet almond oil, and apricot kernel oil. Those oils can all be substituted at the same percent. In this video, I'm using avocado oil, grapeseed oil, and fractionated coconut oil. And these oils are all being added at 13% each, which is equivalent to 33 grams each in this formulation. Once we've completed adding our oils to our melted butters, we're going to go ahead and use our stirring rod to mix it around together before we put it to cool down. Now that it's in its process of cooling down, I'm going to go ahead and create our cool down phase, which is a combination of my favorite ingredients to add in my cool down phase, which is vitamin E oil or essential oils. And I'm going to also use this opportunity to add in my color, which is my mica. I find it easier to mix in with some sort of oil before I actually add it into the body butter. Hence when I'm adding it here, I don't usually weigh out how much mica I add in. I would usually just add it in and just, kind of eye the color. But for the video, so you guys can have an idea of how much I added. Once I'm done with that, I kind of just either use my stirring rod to stir it around, kind of mix it together, or I just hold my little beaker and shift it around a bit to get it mixed in properly. Now that our combination of butters and oils has now cooled down, we're gonna go ahead and get our handheld beaker or handheld mixer and whip it up a bit before we add in our color. Also, when it's cool, you don't want it to be too hard. You just want it to have like a nice soft texture where the top is a little solid and then inside of it has like a soft texture. That way it makes it easier to mix around. Now that is completed, we're gonna go ahead and we're adding in our cool down phase mixed with our mica. As you can see, our mixture now has a nice white fluffy texture. And I want to point out that you can add the mica in before it gets to this texture, which is a preferred method, to add it in before it gets to this texture, so you won't have to incorporate it all the way. But whichever way is better, easier for you, works. Now that is completely whipped and all the colors are incorporated and it has a nice, I guess I'll say a light orange color, we're gonna go ahead and start adding it to our jars. I wanted to add that the texture that you see here of me adding it to the jar isn't the texture that it will be once it sits for 24 hours or just cools down some more. I prefer to pour it at this texture because it's easier to handle, it's not as hard, and I'm not using a piping bag, so I can just go ahead and scoop it in there without any troubles. So it is very smooth. The texture is very smooth. It glides onto the skin. It absorbs into the skin very quickly. It does not feel as heavy or even as light. It's literally just the perfect texture. And now it's time to print some labels to add to our jars. 24 hours has passed, and the texture that you see here on the screen is a texture that you can expect from the final results of your body butter. It still has the same, it still feels the same on the skin. It is just not as thin as it is once you, like, you know, when you just finish mixing it, but it still feels great on the skin. It is still easy to scoop out, easy to get out of the jar. It is just very firm, and it has more of a body, like a body butter texture, a traditional body butter texture. I don't know if you guys already know, but I sell digital skincare business downloads, from thank you cards to Instagram story highlights. I do have a Print My Brain session as well, and an e-guide as well to start your own skincare business on a budget. If you're interested in that, click the link below. If you enjoyed this video, then you may enjoy one of my other videos about how to make a simple whipped body butter, or just go ahead and watch my playlist on how to start your skincare business on a budget, and a lot of other informational tips and tricks as well. Thanks again, like and share.